friends! Thank you for joining us on today's adventure. Today, we've compiled a list of 6 Winter Peppa Pig stories for you. If you like this video, please let us know by hitting that thumbs up button. I'm super excited to read these to you. Let's get started. The first story today is called Merry Christmas, Peppa. It is Christmas Day. Peppa and her family are opening their presents. Peppa unwraps a toy car. George unwraps a toy airplane. Hooray! They cheer, vroom! Daddy Pig reminds them to be careful when playing. But Peppa is too excited. She trips and bumps her arm. Ow! Peppa says. She's very hurt. Thankfully, Mommy Pig knows just who to call. Dr. Brown Bear. Dr. Brown Bear is sitting at his desk. A bumped arm, you say? And on Christmas Day, I'll be right there, Dr. Brown Bear says. Dr. Brown Bear arrives at Peppa's house. Can you wiggle your fingers? He asks Peppa. Peppa can. That's very good, Dr. Brown Bear says. But just to be safe, we'll take a trip to the hospital. At the hospital, Dr. Brown Bear takes Peppa to see Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit is the nurse. Peppa looks around. She sees lots of Christmas decorations. Oh, Miss Rabbit, the hospital is all Christmassy, Peppa says. Yes, Miss Rabbit replies. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Miss Rabbit takes a picture of Peppa's arm with the X-ray. An X-ray shows her the bones inside Peppa's body. The X-ray shows your arm will be fine, Miss Rabbit announces. And for being so brave, you get a sticker. Hooray! Peppa cheers. Peppa loves stickers. Peppa walks out of Miss Rabbit's office. She sees a bed with Pedro Pony in it. Pedro Pony has bumped his leg. He has a sticker too, but Pedro looks sad. I'm sad because Father Christmas hasn't come, says Pedro Pony. Peppa is alarmed. That means Pedro hasn't gotten a Christmas present. Then Peppa and Pedro hear a voice in the hallway. Ho, 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 the voice says. It's Father Christmas. I'm here with Pedro's Christmas present, Father Christmas says. Thank you, Father Christmas, Pedro says. I wonder what it is. He unwraps the present. It's a toy boat. Pedro loves his present. Sorry I'm a bit late. I got stuck in a chimney. Father Christmas laughs. Thank you, Miss Rabbit, for looking after everyone at Christmas time. Peppa loves Christmas, even if it's at the hospital. Merry Christmas. Pedro Pony was very lucky that Father Christmas came to visit. But if Father Christmas hadn't come to visit, at least Pedro would have shared Christmas with Peppa. Here are some ideas for you to spread Christmas cheer. Visit a friend, neighbor, or grandparent. Decorate holiday cards or draw pictures for kids at the hospital. Donate old toys. Donate old books. Bake cookies or cupcakes and donate them. And sing a Christmas song for someone in need. The end. The second story we have today is called Cold Winter Day. It is a cold winter day. Peppa and George have wrapped up warm in their hats, scarves, and mittens to go and feed the ducks. Look! It's a muddy puddle, cries Peppa. Peppa loves jumping in muddy puddles. She runs over to the puddle, but as she tries to jump in, she slips. Oh! It's frozen solid, she says. Hee hee, snorts George. It's not funny, George, says Peppa. Daddy Pig loves muddy puddles too. Be careful, Daddy, shouts Peppa. Daddy Pig has jumped straight on to the frozen puddle. Whoa, says Daddy Pig, wobbling about. It's lucky I'm so good at balancing. Muddy puddles are not fun when they are frozen. Everyone keeps walking until they find the duck pond. Peppa and George throw some bread to the ducks, but it just bounces along the surface. The pond is frozen too. Peppa and George both giggle as the ducks slide around. Sorry for laughing, Mrs. Duck, says Peppa, but you do look funny. Look, it's snowing, says Daddy Pig. I'm going to catch lots of snowflakes, shouts Peppa. Says George as he tries to catch them too. Hello, Peppa and George, says Susie Sheep. We're going to have a toboggan race. Please, can we go and watch? Asks Peppa. Of course, says Mummy Pig. Let's walk up the hill to the start. Daddy Pig picks up George because it is too slippery for him to walk up the hill on his own. What about me? Says Peppa. It's a bit slippery for me too. Come on then, says Daddy Pig, scooping up Peppa. Mummy Pig tells Daddy Pig to be extra careful not to fall over. Don't worry, Mummy Pig, he says. I'm very good at balancing. At the top of the hill, all the toboggans are just setting off when Daddy Pig topples over and starts skidding down the hill. He zooms past Danny Dog, Zoe Zebra, and Pedro Pony. Soon, Daddy Pig is in the lead. Whee! Peppa and George are sitting on Daddy Pig's tummy. Whee! They call. They are enjoying the ride. Peppa and George win the race. My daddy makes a great toboggan, Peppa tells everyone. All the children are laughing about Peppa and George's special toboggan ride. It's not funny, says Daddy Pig. Hee hee. It is a bit funny, says Mummy Pig. I suppose it is a bit funny, Daddy Pig agrees. Hee. Everyone laughs. The end. The third story we have today is called Peppa Loves Christmas. Peppa, George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig are getting ready for Christmas. I love decorating Christmas trees, cries Peppa. Peppa and Mummy Pig wrap up Christmas presents. Peppa uses lots of paper and ribbons. I love wrapping Christmas presents, says Peppa. Peppa and George help Granny Pig make the Christmas pudding. They stir the sticky mixture round and round. I love Christmas cooking, cries Peppa. Hee. At bedtime, Peppa and George leave out their stockings and a snack for Santa and his reindeer. I love Christmas Eve, whispers Peppa. On Christmas Day, Peppa and her family have a great big Christmas dinner. I love everything about Christmas, cheers Peppa, especially Christmas pudding. The end. The fourth story we'll be reading today is called Christmas with Peppa. It is Christmas Eve. Peppa, George, and their friends are mailing letters to Santa. I can't wait to see what Santa brings us all, says Peppa. Everyone is very excited. That afternoon, Daddy Pig buys the biggest Christmas tree he can find. Daddy, it won't fit in the car, says Peppa. I'll just have to carry it home, grunts Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig carries the Christmas tree uphill and downhill, all the way home. The tree is heavy, and it takes him a long time. Poor Daddy Pig. He is worn out. Daddy Pig finally makes it home. Let's decorate the tree, says Mummy Pig. They add colorful ornaments, and Daddy Pig puts a shiny star at the very top. Oh! Everyone gasps. The tree looks beautiful. Peppa and George leave a snack by the fireplace for Santa. Time for bed now, says Daddy Pig. Santa won't come unless you're asleep. Peppa and George are tucked up in bed when they hear a loud thump. It's Santa! He can't get down the chimney, so he goes to the front door. Peppa and George race down the stairs, giggling. Hello, Peppa and George, cries Santa. Merry Christmas! Now off to bed so I can deliver your presents. Peppa and George don't want to leave Santa, but they do want presents. They go back upstairs to sleep. Hooray! It's Christmas morning. George gets a toy train, and Peppa gets a yo-yo. But Peppa and George's favorite present of all was meeting Santa. This is the best Christmas ever. Cheers, Peppa. The end. The fifth story we'll be reading is called Peppa's Christmas Wish. It's Christmas Eve, and Peppa, George, and their friends are aboard the Christmas elf train. Toot toot! They are on their way to Santa's workshop. Everyone is very excited. Ho, 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 chuckles Santa Claus. I hope you've all been good. He makes a list of what everyone would like for Christmas. George would like a racing car. Peppa would like a doll. Peppa and her family are spending Christmas with Granny and Grandpa Pig. You can stir the Christmas pudding, Granny Pig says, and don't forget to make a wish. Soon it is bedtime. I hope Santa knows where Granny and Grandpa Pig live, Peppa whispers before she falls asleep. On Christmas Day, Peppa and her family eat the Christmas pudding. This is delicious, snorts Mommy Pig. I wonder what you wished for when you were making it, Peppa. It is time to open presents. George got a racing car. Vroom, vroom. But there is nothing under the tree for Peppa. Santa has forgotten me, Peppa says sadly. Santa is on his way home in his sleigh. Suddenly, he spots something at the bottom of his sack. Oh, ho, ho, Santa gasps. There is one last present to deliver. Santa tumbles down the chimney at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house. Here's your present, Peppa, he chuckles. My Christmas pudding wish came true, Peppa cries. I wished that Santa would visit us on Christmas Day, and he has. Hooray for Santa! And the sixth story we'll be reading today is called Snowy Fun. Peppa and George are excited today because it's snowing. Can we go outside? Asks Peppa. Yes, replies Mummy Pig, but you must bundle up first. The two little piggies put on their warm, woolly clothes and run out into the snow. Come on, George, calls Peppa. Let's make footprints. Hee hee hee. Grunt. Splat. Peppa runs so fast, she falls over and lands headfirst in the snow. Hee hee hee, laughs George. It's not funny, Peppa says. George, cries Peppa, let's make snowballs. Peppa picks up some snow, tosses it at George, and laughs. George giggles too. He wants to make a snowball just like Peppa. After they're done playing, Peppa has an idea. Let's build a snowman, she says. Peppa and George roll up large balls of snow. Then they find sticks for the snowman's arms and stones for his eyes and mouth. Next, Peppa makes the snowman's nose with a big orange carrot. He needs clothes to keep him warm, says Peppa. George runs inside to find some woolly clothes. The snowman is very happy. Mummy and Daddy Pig come outside. Mummy is wearing her warm woolly clothes, but Daddy looks cold and grumpy. I don't know where my winter clothes are, says Daddy. I think I know, Mummy Pig smiles. Daddy Pig's hat, scarf, and gloves are all on the snowman, of course. Peppa, George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig laugh so much they fall over in the snow. What a fun winter day it has been. The end. All right, friends, that's all the time we have for this adventure. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.